If you have a goal to build muscle in your upper and lower body, this is the workout you need to be doing, because today we have got a full body strength training workout with more traditional style structure. We are also going to be including peripheral heart action training, which just means we are going to be alternating between the upper and lower body for our sets. So with that, the structure for today, we have 12 exercises repeated 2 times through, working for 45 seconds and resting for 25 seconds. So just a smidge more rest to make sure that we can lift heavy. So that's the goal we're going for today. The weight ideally will be lifting heavy with a nice slow controlled tempo. Now, if you don't have super heavy weights, that is also okay. What you're going to do instead is use your more moderately heavy weights at just a little bit of a quicker tempo, as opposed to myself, who I'll be going with heavier weights at a slower tempo. Listen to your body, choose that weight accordingly. The range that I am going for today is going to be probably between 15 and 30 pounds. So that's going to be the goal that I've got. Optional equipment, just to add a little bit more, because I don't know why, I love the burn. Wrist weights, that'll be a challenge for the upper body. And then your exercise bench, your exercise box or a chair, if you have that, we're gonna use that for chest press. What else? We have skull crushers, hip thrusts. So if not, you'll be on the mat for those, doing glute bridges. But with that, let's go ahead and get into our warm up so we can get this workout started. Just starting with arms across, one arm on top and then the other. I love heavy lift days. It's like you just feel so strong and so powerful. Also pretty shaky by the end, but that's a good thing. That's what we want. Last 3. Here's 2 and 1. Squat to quad pull. So taking those legs out, down. As you come up, grab one leg, pull it back, and then squat it down other side. We're gonna use light dumbbells during this warm up, especially for those heavy days. I love to use some lighter weights in the warm up just to make sure that we are set to go heavy from the very beginning. Not the very beginning, the very beginning. Last 2 and 1. Sumo, good morning now. So legs out into a wider stance, toes turned out just a bit, hands on your hips, hinge it forward, back flat, core tight, and then up. Back down, keeping that spine nice and long. And this is a really good opportunity to think about, just like when we do a Romanian deadlift, think about keeping that spine nice and long and then squeeze up. So even though we're not using weight, especially during the warm up, you wanna make sure you've got that nice, good posture, nice, straight, strong spine, thinking about our form from the beginning. One more, and then we're gonna grab that light weight. I'm gonna use 15 pounds. We're gonna do a squat, and then we're gonna do a shoulder press. So those are our 2 exercises. Again, just something light to start to get things ready to go. Squat first, here we go. Take it down, and then push that floor away. Not moving too quick, but nice and slow to feel those legs start to warm up. Feel it through the glutes. Shoulder press next, 2 more, here's 2. And 1. Now shoulder press, all the way up, exhale, bring it down, tap the shoulders. Back up, and down. Good, keeping those hips tucked under, core is engaged, and we're not shrugging the shoulders to get the weights up. The shoulders are staying relaxed. This exercise right here is leading right into our first set of heavy, which we're gonna get to here. Last one. All right, we are moving on to our first exercise of this session, and that is going to be the Arnold press. Now, I'm actually gonna do this exercise seated to really concentrate on building the muscle and the definition through my shoulders. So you can do that exercise seated, or you can definitely do it standing as well. Either way, we're going heavy, we're getting our weight. And if you wanna start your watch, I am using the traditional strength training option on my watch today. I'm gonna put my wrist weights on as well, and then I'll meet you right back here with those heavy weights. If you are doing your Arnold press standing, make sure you've got soft knees, just a nice solid stance, hips tucked under so you can keep that core engaged and shoulders relaxed. If you are seated like I'm gonna be, we have got good posture here, rolling those shoulders down and back, keeping the core engaged. And now all of us bringing the weights up, and here we go, 45 on. As you press up to the sky, keep those shoulders relaxed, don't shrug. All the way back down to the bottom, press, exhale. And remember, with heavier weights, we've got a nice slow tempo. I am going very slow through this one. Still moving though, we're not stopping and holding it. We're moving right through. But if you've got slightly lighter weights, if you don't have the super heavy weights to work with today, that is totally fine. You are just gonna pick your speed up a little bit. So a quicker tempo while maintaining good form. So you're getting more reps in with lighter weight, where I've got heavier weights and a few less reps. Last 3, 2, 1. Nice. Okay, bringing them down. 25 seconds to rest it out. We're going into set 2 again. Now after set 1, if you find that you could have just kept going, you had about 4 or 5 more reps in, then you might want to pick up heavier weights. If you found that that was it, you were like, at that 45-second mark, I was done, you're spot on. If you couldn't get through the set, you might be going a little too heavy. Second set, here we go. Last set, 45 on, grab your weights, get that good posture, and here we go. Oh my. Now seated compared to standing, if you're seated, you're getting a little bit more core work because we're taking out any stability through the lower body. So when you are standing, you get a little help from the lower body, but it really isolates the shoulders. Puts more work into those shoulders with this seated position. Okay, we are getting close, which means failure is coming up. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. So we are moving on to lower body now. Like I said, we're gonna be doing some peripheral heart action, which that just simply means, again, we're gonna be working from upper to lower. It's challenging because it pushes that blood. We've got goblet squats, so grabbing one heavy weight, bringing it up, elbows in, and here we go, 45 seconds. Head up, chest up, push that floor away. Try not to lock your knees out. You don't want to completely lock back your legs. The knees are staying soft. And then think about squeeze and push as you come up. Okay. Almost there. Last 3, 2, 1. Breathe it out, rest it out. Second set is coming up. Shaking it out as you need. I know this rest timer is just like the teensiest bit longer than usual, but it still feels like it's going by quicker than usual. I don't know why. Maybe it's just that kind of day for me. Here we go, elbows in, goblet squat, second set, let's go. Or maybe I'm like anticipating it to feel a lot longer when it's like, it's about, 5, 10 seconds longer than we usually have. Try not to hold at the top too long here, just, kind of hanging around. Keep moving right back down. Press and squeeze up. We want to keep moving. Last 3, 2, and 1. Next exercise, back to that upper body. This is where I'm going to use my mat. We're going to this is where I'm going to use my bench. If you don't have your bench, you're on the mat. We're doing skull crushers. 1 or 2 dumbbells. If you have 1, you're going to hold on to the end of your dumbbells. Bringing it back, arms up, just hinging at those elbows. And here we go. Driving those shoulder blades into the mat. That's going to give you more leverage, especially in these heavier lifts. Press, exhale. Tighten up through the back of the arm as you straighten that arm up. this is getting so tough already. Countdown, last 3, 2, 1. Nice. Breathe and rest it out. This is one of those exercises where usually I say keep that spine straight, no bend in the back, but this is one of those exercises, just like with chest press, where you can have a little arch through your back because you are driving those shoulder blades in to give yourself more power in that lift. So going again, second set, last set here, back down and 45 on. Remember, get that full extension at the top so you can really tighten up through the back of the arm. This is gonna help tighten up through the back of your arm. Give you some good definition. Oh, there. Oh, my. Heavy breathing today. Did I mention that that was also on the list of things to do? Ooh. Here we go, last one. Make it count all the way down. Squeeze, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Oh, okay. Back to lower body. We're gonna use our bench again if you have that, or your elevated surface for hip thrust. If you don't, you're gonna be on the mat for glute bridge. But as always, we are going heavy. I am hurrying. This 25 seconds is nothing. What in the world? Here we go. Back down, 45 on in 3, 2, and 1. Push, squeeze those glutes at the top. All the way down. If you're on the mat, just tap the bum and right back up. Keep that back flat as you come up, so we're squeezing, not overarching through the back. I love the peripheral heart action structure though, because even though it is very challenging, you get out of breath a lot quicker. Hold on, we'll talk about it in a minute because here comes the countdown. Last 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Ooh, second set. Okay, after the break, we'll talk about a little bit more about the fun side of peripheral heart action, or PHA, you might see it as. Back into it. Here we go. Legs out, 5 seconds. Get ready in 3. Here's 2 and 1. Back to full range all the way down. Squeeze, push. So peripheral heart action, the other reason I love it is because we are getting a rest right now through the upper body. So that allows you to go heavier when that next set comes up, as opposed to just going upper, 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 upper. Now, don't get me wrong, I love that style too. That is challenging in its own aspect. But I like the benefit here of having that opportunity to really maintain absolute maximum heavy throughout this workout for the upper. And then of course for the lower body. The lower body is gonna rest next when we're working upper. Last one, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Back to upper. Bent over row is next. So with that bent over row, make sure you're going heavy, keeping things strong. If you find that it bothers your lower back, lower your weight a little bit. You can also take a staggered squat. So there's a few options. Let's hinge it over, back flat, core tight, bent over row, and here we go. But if you do find that it is bothering your lower back, could just be that core activation needs to just wake it up a little bit. So as you train, your core will get stronger, so you might find that that will go away in time as well. But you have got to make sure that your spine is staying long and that you're engaging that core to take that pressure out of your lower back. But again, you can take a staggered squat, so 1 foot in front. That's gonna give a little bit more support as you're building up through that core. And still think about keeping that spine long. One thing I like to do is stick my chest out. As I row up, squeeze, stick that chest out. Wrapping those shoulder blades around your spine, keeping your elbows in. Hold it up with me for 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice job. Shaking it out. Second set coming on in. All right, grabbing your weights, getting ready to go again. So start out with good posture here. Roll the shoulders back, soft knees. Now hinge it over, push those hips back, and we row. Here we go, up, squeeze, wrap those shoulders around, and down. Up, squeeze. Whew. Back is one of the hardest muscle groups for me personally. It fatigues a lot quicker than the other muscle groups. I know it is one of those areas that I really have to dig deep on. And to be honest, I just don't. Last 3, 2, 1. I don't enjoy it as much as other muscle groups, but I know I have to do it. So if you have a muscle group like that, you still gotta show it all that love because it will get easier. That was our second set, awesome. We're going on to a sumo deadlift now. Now you can use 1 or 2 dumbbells. I like to use 1, and I guess I didn't say this when I was doing it, so I'm gonna up my weight. I'm gonna grab 1 45-pound, legs out, toes out, sumo position. Start at the bottom, and as you come up, we're gonna bend the knees, hinge the hips. Back flat, here we go. Down, pull and squeeze. Back flat, core tight. Dumbbell coming right down. So we're not reaching out with that dumbbell, you're coming straight down, pulling up. Just like with the bent over rows, think about sticking your chest out because you don't want to round forward in this exercise. So stick it out, then pull up, squeeze, push that floor away. One more, last one, 3, 2, 1. Now this is a good one. The deadlift, different from the Romanian deadlift, but the deadlift here, all posterior chain, because we got some back work, we got glutes, we got hamstrings, all the goodies there. Second set, last set, we go in 5. Roll the shoulders back, start with nice strong posture, core engaged, hips tucked, drop it down, and here we go, 45 on. Exhale as you push up. Don't hold your breath in this one, especially in this one, because we are working so hard to get that weight up. Your breath is giving you extra power in that lift. Last one, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Back to upper body. We got bicep curls. So go in heavy. I love bicep curls. So this is a muscle group that I love working. Like you just give me an all bicep workout, I will be there and I will stay there for a long time. Shoulders rolled back. Here we go, curl it up. All the way down, arms straight. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. Exhale as you curl up. Make sure those hips are staying tucked under. By the way, just because I love biceps does not mean that they are easy for me. Last 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Second set coming in. Oh, one more set of biceps, then back to the lower body. And we're actually gonna hang out at the lower body for a while because we got some unilateral work, but let's worry about that when we get there. Back to the biceps. Shoulders rolled down and back, palms facing away, good posture, and here we go. Now, by all means, you can take a neutral stance where those feet are in line with each other. I just find personally for myself that I like a staggered stance because I feel like I can get my legs back a little bit farther, allowing me to get a full range of motion, letting those arms come all the way down. But with those arms going all the way down, make sure you get the top, you squeeze all the way up on that one. Whew, almost there. Squeeze it up. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. All right, so like I said, we are gonna be hanging out here for a little bit. We're gonna do a stationary lunge on one side, 2 sets. Then we'll switch it over 2 sets on the other side. If lunges bother your knees, you know I got you covered with a modification. And that modification is going to be a kickstand Romanian deadlift. So you see that mod on. We are getting back into lower body with that stationary lunge. And here we go. Keeping those shoulders down and relaxed. Now, either way, if you're doing the lunge or the kickstand Romanian deadlift, you are focused on this forward leg, the leg that we are working to build that muscle in right now. The other leg, just there for some balance and support. So with your lunge, make sure you're not stepping back too far or too close. There's that sweet spot that helps you stay in balance and helps you maintain the pressure in this forward foot. Whew, okay, here it is. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Second set is coming. Now, just a little bit of a variation here from the peripheral hard action. Not as much going on with these 2 sets, so I know we're really gonna burn out the lower body now. But we are getting close. I said we had 8 exercises. I said we had 12. This is the 8th exercise. Second set, back into it, same side. Here we go. And we are keeping it in the same side to increase that intensity as well. So increase that burn. And then we'll switch sides, as opposed to going one side and then the other and then back to the other side. Oh, I am feeling this so good. Right where my hamstring meets my glute, it is burning something fierce. Oh, I can feel it in a lot of places, but that is, that spot is on high alert right now. Oh, okay, last 3, 2, 1. Nice job. I am glad that we are only doing 2 sets because failure was right there. All we're doing is switching over to the other side. Same thing, other side, that mod, of course, the kickstand RDL. Again, focusing all this work here on the forward leg. Roll your shoulders back, get that good posture, and here we go. 45 on. Both exercises, the kickstand RDL and the lunge, we have a nice straight spine. The dumbbells are not pulling our shoulders in, we're not rounding through the upper back, keeping it nice and strong, sticking that chest out. Last 3, 2, 1. Okay, second set. And then 3 exercises to go. Oh, that reminds me, when you are lifting heavy, give your hands and your wrists a little shake out, kind of in between sets. Because I know my hands will be like, oh, after holding onto heavy dumbbells. So give your hands a break in between. All right, second set, last set here. And let's begin, 45 on. I also want to say, thanks for working out with me today. I know some days it is easier than others to get yourself up, to get yourself moving, to get your workout in, but you chose today to show up and to kick butt, and now you are almost to the end. And I'm telling you, it's days like that when you don't want to do it and you show up anyways, and you start to build that consistency, and you're like, no, this is who I am now. Like, this is for me. It pays off, I promise. Last 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Last time for that, we're switching back over to the upper body. We've got pullovers, so I've got my bench. I'm gonna grab that. 1 or 2 dumbbells. I'm gonna use this one. I'm gonna go with 1. Going in 3. Here's 2 and 1. All the way down. That's why I love doing this one on an exercise bench, because you can really bring those arms down, feeling it oh so good in the lats. If you are on the mat, let those arms come out nice and long, and then tap the mat, pull back up, squeezing through your core as well, because this is not only for the lats. You are feeling this in the arms, feeling it in the chest, in the core. Last 3, 2, 1. Oh, there it is, nice. I think I'm just going to lay here. Oh, you think that sounds like a good idea? I was like, maybe I'll sit up, but no, let's just hang out here. Whew, okay, second set, last set, and then after this, we have 1 upper and 1 lower body exercise to go. Make sure with this one, again, driving those shoulder blades into the mat, getting an arch through your back to give you extra power. And here we go, 45 on. Nice and low, pull, squeeze, exhale up. Oh, good thing. We are getting the abs nice and warm for our finisher today, which I guess I'm gonna tell you early, just to get you excited about it, is gonna be abs. Because if you notice, the abs have not had any direct love as of yet. So we are going to make sure to give the abs some love as well today. So then you're building a strong upper body, lower body, and abs. Last 3, 2, 1. But we're not to the finisher yet. We've got 2 more exercises. That's 4 more sets. We are going to the RDL next. And I'm gonna grab these weights. Already got half the set out here. Might as well just keep on going. So RDL, shoulders rolled back. Again, we're gonna keep that spine nice and long, sticking that chest out. We go in 3. Here's 2 and 1. Hinge it over. Dumbbells nice and close to your legs as you lower down. Pull, squeeze, exhale up. Drive those hips back. And you almost can think about, this helps me a lot, feel it in my hamstrings, keeping my knees back as I hinge down. So I almost think about pushing back through that entire hamstring and those hips. And that really helps me just alert the hamstrings and the glutes that you need to go ahead and just get your strong on. Oh, and I can feel it so good. One more. Last 3, 2, 1. There it is. Okay. Awesome. Second set. Last set for lower body too. Shoulders rolled back, 10 seconds in we go. Here we go in 3, in 2, and 1. So remember, knees back, hips back, dumbbells nice and close to your legs, squeeze up. Good posture, sticking that chest out. Almost there. Last one, pull it up for 3, 2, and 1. Chest press, here it is. I'm gonna use these dumbbells actually. Final 2 sets. So getting into position. And again, we're gonna drive those shoulder blades into the mat or into your bench, whichever you're using. Going in 3, in 2, and 1. Here we go. Squeeze those chest muscles, push those dumbbells up. If you're on the mat, tap those arms on the ground. If you are on the bench, let those arms stretch down past that bench and then press back up. And remember, keep moving. Try not to stop at one point, at the low or the high point. Here we go, last 3, 2, 1. Oh, nice. Final set. And I can just feel a little bit of love all over. All the muscles now are like, you have loved us today. Thank you. We're rolling it back. 5 seconds and we go. In 3, 2, and 1. All the way down, squeeze all the way up. That's the one thing with exercise. I want to say that because I think a lot, at least in my mind, I would always look at exercise I loved it, but I would almost look at it as a punishment. And I realized that I had that all wrong. Exercise is so good. Just like all the muscles can just feel that you loved on them today. And I'm telling you, once you start making this consistent in your life, everything else, hold on, we're almost done, and then we'll talk about it. Last 3, 2, 1, nice, okay. We got it. And what I wanna say is, sometimes we just need to get our diet right. But listen, if you get in here and you start training like this and you realize that you were doing something so good for your body, you are going to want to eat healthy so that you can get stronger in here. It's just gonna be this whole thing that comes together. And instead of punishing yourself on another diet or punishing yourself in the gym, it's gonna be like, I get to do this. I get to go work out, short 20 to 30 minute workouts, get strong, feel good. And it's just gonna be that vicious circle, which is a good thing in this case, that starts that I've taken care of myself here. I'm gonna take care of myself in the kitchen. I'm gonna get rid of some of that stress in my life. I'm gonna make sure I'm getting enough sleep. And it's all just gonna start to come together. It's a slow process, but I'm telling you, once that wheel gets going, it just keeps going and going and going, and you will see the difference. So I know, I'm going on. And we got that one final challenge. Remember, our finisher today is for the abs. So I will see you over there. Thank you for getting strong with me. Thank you for loving on the muscles today and your body. I love you, and I will see you over at the finisher.